Virgos. How are you all doing today? Virgos. Hello, and welcome to anyone who is new. I am Kelly. Thank you for joining us at Deep Soul Tarot. And for anyone who is returning and part of the tribe, thank you so much for coming back. Glad to have you here. So Virgo, we're going to do your general read for May 2020. Have no fear, the love readings are also going to come out for the first couple weeks for May, and then the mid-month. But we're just going to do an overall kind of energy for May 2020, just to see what's going on with the Virgos for the month of May 2020 and moving forward. And this will be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and Mars. Okay. If you do not know your birth chart, I highly recommend you checking that out and figuring out where your placements are. There is a link below in the box below for you to do that. You just click on it, enter your birth date, gives you your full chart. And if you know your birth time, even better, you can get an accurate reading for your rising sign. Okay? But if this one doesn't end up resonating, then many times other placements in your chart may resonate more. So you might want to check that out. And even if this does resonate, sometimes you can get more information with your other placements in your chart. So I highly recommend it. If you do like this and it resonates, though, I ask that you smash that like button, please. For those of you who don't know, this is Remy, my assistant and a very important part of the Deep Soul Tribe. And Remy is just simply here to remind you to subscribe and join the tribe. And Remy, hit the bell icon button for notifications. Woohoo! Thank you. All right, Remy. He's a really good assistant, I'm telling you. He's very easy to work with, very low maintenance. You know, I love it. All right, Virgos, are we all ready? Are we ready? So this is a general read, though, so it may not resonate with all of you. So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Keep in mind also that time is an illusion and energy is fluid. So some of this may have already happened to you. Some of this may be happening as you're watching this video. Or maybe none of it. Some of it, maybe none of it's happened. Some of it will happen in the future. And if you're watching this, I'm just checking to make sure I didn't drop any other important cards here. If you watch this past May 2020, have no fear. Doesn't matter when you watch it. These are timeless. Whenever you see it and click on it, is most likely when you're guided to watch it. And if it ends up resonating, that was the message for you at that time. Okay? Keep all that in mind. All right, let's get going here. All right, Virgo. One more shuffle. If I by chance refer to the cards as he or she, that is only in reference to masculine and feminine energies, which we have both of those within each of us. Right? But these are not gender-specific readings. So I am referring only to the cards and the energies. We both, like I said, we both have both energies, masculine and feminine, within us, and we usually resonate with one more than the other. So you could be a male and resonate more with feminine energy and vice versa. Okay? And just very quickly before we start, any cross-watchers out there? Hello, cross-watchers. Virgo and cross-watchers, these roles can be reversed. So again, take the reading as it resonates for you. If it doesn't really resonate for you, then it could be your other person. Okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, Virgo. Moon. Well, Virgo, right off the bat, I'm hearing that you're feeling very emotional about something. Feeling in the dark about something. These are general readings, and as I go along with these readings, it just seems funny how they just keep veering into possible love situations. But it does not have to be, so let me just point that out. And let me also point out, too, if I see certain signs in the reading, I will point that out. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's who you're dealing with. You know, if it's a love situation, I'll put that, if they come out, I'll point it out, but it doesn't mean that that has to be who you're dealing with. For example, the moon card is usually Pisces, and since Cancer is ruled by the moon, it can also be Cancer. So you could be just maybe dealing with a water sign. I mean, Scorpio is the other water sign, but this particular card, the moon card, is more Pisces and then Cancer. It's being in the dark about something. Let's see what we have under here. Oh, yes. Emotional. More feminine energy. The moon is feminine energy, and the Queen of Cups is feminine energy. Yeah, you're in the feels right now, Virgo. You're so emotional right now, though. With the moon, it's like you're drowning in emotion. It's almost like you're drowning and you're suffocating, and it's really affecting your everyday life. Let's see what else we have under here. We have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, again with the Queen of Cups, it could be a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. King of Swords can be an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But again, it doesn't have to be. Now, this is some masculine energy. The King of Swords. Very interesting what we have here, Virgo, because with the Moon card, I'll pull this back out. On the top, you have two dogs, wolves, whatever those may be, but they're canines of some sort, like baying almost at the moon. One's dark, one's light. It's almost like two different energies. So, like, that could be your masculine, feminine energy type thing. And you have the Queen of Cups, emotion, feminine energy. King of Swords, very much masculine energy, more cerebral. So I'm hearing very distinctly, for maybe just specifically for some of you, this may not be for all of you, but whatever it is, you are torn between your thoughts and your emotions. You're trying to be logical about something, but then again, your emotions get in the way. And, Virgos are usually very grounded, and depending on what you have on your chart, again, Virgos are usually very grounded, and usually make, you usually like to make decisions based on logic, be more analytical about a situation, and just trying to make sure everything's, as I say with all the earth signs, all the ducks are in a row. You want to make sure things are in place before you move forward. And again, depending on what you have in your chart. So that's not all Virgos, but in general. I mean, you like things to be perfect. A certain way, you like things to be perfect, and you're not so much about maybe spontaneity or surprises. You like to know, for the most part. And you do have the Five of Cups here. Oh, yeah, the Five and the Six of Cups. Okay, Virgo, what's going on here? Because now you have... We'll take these three cards out and then we'll work with that one. But you have the Five of Cups. You have the Six of Cups. And you have the Nine of Swords. Let's start with the Five of Cups. Something has you feeling... Well, there's some sort of stalemate in your life. Some sort of... You're bored with something. And... you're having a hard time trying to make some sort of decision in regards to that. It's Five of Cups is very much apathetic about something. You've got three empty cups here. It's almost like the "oh, woe is me" card, type card. And then you've got one cup that it had stuff in it, and you're tilting it with your foot. It's like you've just given up. But you still have one cup over here. With the Five of Cups, the general meaning of the Five of Cups is basically crying over spilled milk. In other words, you have three, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, specifically, there are three cups that are tipped over, they're emptied, and then you still have two, and then the person is focusing only on the three empty cups. So the negative rather than the positive. You're not seeing the positive in this. So I'm hearing that you may be seeing the negative aspects of the situation, but not seeing the positives. Because even though we may go through a bad experience, there are always lessons to be learned, and we can always find some sort of positive, as hard as it may be. There's always a reason, and they say everything happens for a reason, and I mean, that could be a little mundane when you hear that when things happen, but it's true, that things do happen for a reason, that you just don't see it while you're dealing with it. Now, the Six of Cups is very much about the past, and because, in my opinion, they show the dog in this picture. So here's supposedly the man when he was a young boy and a puppy. And this are all the steps of life, and now he's a mature man. And there's the same dog. There's a sense of loyalty here. So I'm not sure why I'm hearing the word. I don't always hear this necessarily with this card, but I am hearing something about loyalty. And it is the Six of Cups is about the past and memories. So it's almost as if you want to be loyal to someone. So you're trying to figure out how to deal with this without, and you almost feel like you're going to be disloyal if you don't stay with a person or stay in a situation. My cards are like a mess up here, and I do not like that. I like them to be flat. It was not like that in the last reading. I'm not sure what happened. Nine of Swords. This is really stressing you out, Virgo. Nightmares. Sleepless nights. Maybe insomnia. We're going to move along here so I can get a better, you may know what this means. This, it's your life, so take it as it resonates. But on the bottom of the deck now, you have the Two of Pentacles, some imbalance and indecision. And I see this, again, as the emotions, feminine side and masculine side, and more cerebral, the logic. It's like you're caught between the two. And underneath that, just very briefly, whoa, we're just going to keep going here. Indecision, trying to make a choice. You have options, but you're having a hard time making a choice. You get the emotion flowing here. I see the ladder. There's the wisdom. There's a serpent or a snake here. I see the ladder as almost climbing up to, and that could be spiritual, a higher source. You may need to confer with the higher source, but you're having a hard time making a decision. Underneath that, look at that. It's like you're in your head, and the Five of Swords is just, it's agonizing for you. Agonizing for you. You just want to be free, and you can't figure out how to do this. It's going to, and underneath that, it's going to cause for you to gather some strength and courage within you, Virgo. And I'm not going to leave all these out, but underneath that, there's the King of Pentacles. He is, basically the picture is he's sitting in his study, and he's really thinking and contemplating. It's almost like philosophy, philosophizing life, maybe thinking about the pros and cons about all this. Let's see what we have here, Virgo. Oh my goodness. All right, a little bit of heavy energy here, but let's see if maybe we can turn this around. Let's see what Spirit has for you. The Lovers, Gemini card. All right, so the Lovers card is very much about making a choice of some sort. Many times it has to do with love. It does not have to be, though. It does not have to be specifically love. But it is, being it's the Lover's card, many times it does have to do with love. So if you are dealing with a situation, Virgo, that has to do with love, then that makes perfect sense. You have a choice to make. Maybe you are with somebody and you have reunited with someone from your past, possibly, with the Six of Cups. Somebody that you always had a connection with. And this person has just reappeared in your life. I don't know why I'm hearing this, because, it doesn't have to be that way, but that's what I'm hearing right now. And the person somehow has reappeared or recontacted you. I mean, I'm recording this during the shelter-in-place thing, the lockdown thing. So, I mean, I don't know if you're out and about, if you're physically seeing someone, but maybe you just randomly heard from a person from your past, or maybe you contacted someone from your past. I don't know, but somehow it seems like you have reconnected with someone from your past. And you guys had good times together. You had a good connection. Could be a past love, a past relationship. But you have a choice to make here of some sort. If it's not between two people, then it's trying to figure out between. The Lover's card is very much about masculine and feminine energy. So that could just be about balancing your masculine and feminine energies, making some sort of decision in regards to that. And I'm just going to briefly point out that the Six of Cups and the Lovers, they're both 6 cards, so far you have, are, if you are on a twin flame journey, Maybe you're going to reunite with your twin. Maybe you know your twin and you're going to reunite. It does not have to be. These are not love readings, and it does not have to be that. But these two cards can indicate this could be even a past life. It doesn't even have to be within this lifetime. It could have been a past life. And this could be twin flame energy, you know. Just saying. We're putting that out for anyone who may be on. I am on a twin flame journey myself. And I do twin flame readings. So I just did one. I did it through the end of, I usually do it weekly. But this one I was behind in my schedule. So I went ahead and did it for till the end of the month. But check those out if you're on the twin flame journey. I split them up, divine masculine, divine feminine. So you can watch whichever one you resonate with. If you want to know about your twin, then you can watch the other one. Go ahead, subscribe, or even go to my channel. I have them all in playlists. You got the Magician. Okay. So what I'm hearing here, I usually view, it's not cut in stone, but how I kind of view the cards, this is how I usually read them, is head space, heart space, maybe any obstacles or blockages or things that need to be worked on, and then a possible outcome or future, moving towards the future. Does not have to be, but what I'm hearing specifically here, that if you're either trying to make a choice between your head and heart space, masculine and feminine, dealing with both those energies, or you're choosing between two people. You're choosing something. I am hearing it's two people, though, interestingly enough, Virgo. So I'm hearing that you're manifesting this in your head. You want this to happen with your past person. You're thinking about them. And again, if it's on a twin flame or a soul connection of some sort, it doesn't have to be twin flame. It could be soulmate or some sort of soul connection. You can feel their energy. Interestingly, let's go ahead. The Empress, there's the divine feminine. The Empress, we don't have the Emperor here. No, that was the last reading. Well, we'll see if the Emperor comes out. The Empress is very much about, again, in the Tarot, indicates the divine feminine energy, very, very feminine energy. She's very motherly, very nurturing, very emotional, just very sensual and very in tune with the feminine side, even if you're a male, you know. So if you are a male Virgo, that, you know, maybe you're feeling a lot of mixed emotions, but you're very emotional at this time, trying to make this decision. Let's see, the Empress is coupled with Page of Pentacles. Okay, I'm getting these really random, weird messages. I'm sorry if you could hear that. I just got a text. I'm getting these really weird, random things all of a sudden. They're kind of annoying now. All right, the Page of Pentacles. You got the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is very much very focused and very much a good student. I'm hearing specifically, Virgo, there's a lesson to be had here for you. So whatever you're going through, as hard as it may be, there is a huge lesson in here for you. In order for you to move forward, there's a lesson. Again, this person is like trying to balance themselves on one leg. It almost looks like the person is balanced even on a nail or something very small. But see how focused they are? They're not even faltering. They're on one foot, on a little tiny thing that they're standing on. One leg up in the air. They're holding on to their pentacle. They're very focused on whatever it is they're concentrating. Focused on what they want. They know exactly what they want. Now, the Page is a young energy and is also either a messenger or some sort of message for you. So I'm hearing, Virgos, that because you're having, what I can see from here and what I'm hearing, is you're having a problem trying to balance out your emotions, the feelings about this and all the emotions, and then the logical side of you. That can throw a lot of Virgos off because, not that you aren't emotional, you know, you can be very emotional people. You don't necessarily show it per se. I mean, it's not like a water sign might or something. I don't mean to group you all into one, but my dad was a Virgo, and he was very much a workaholic. He was, you know, and I got along great with him. I loved him to death. But he was a workaholic, so I didn't see much of him, which kind of sucked. He was a lot older than my mom, so it was a different generation. But he was very much focused on work. And regardless of what emotions he may have, he went and did what he had to do, regardless. So, but sometimes, he was a type A personality. Sometimes you have to step back in order to get in touch with your feelings, in order to balance your life out. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. You know what they say. So I'm hearing, Virgo, that whatever situation you're going through, it's almost as if you need to clear out your mind and see it from a totally different perspective. Maybe not so analytical, but in a sense that, okay, I've always done things this way, or this is how I like to do things, this is how I like things to go. Life doesn't always come in a little, like I said before, and I think another reading, it doesn't come in a little box. Sometimes you have to step outside that box. It doesn't always come neatly packed in a box. Things don't always work out the way that we hope or we wish or we want them to. Everything's divine timing. And I mean, nobody wants to be pretty much in this lockdown pandemic thing, but here we are. Not much we can do about it. Then we got to find ways to work with it and use it to our advantage. So that could be what they're saying here. The message for you could be a student here. Learn some new things about yourself. Try new things. Be a good student. A good student realizes they don't know everything. And, well, okay, let me learn. I don't know, but let me learn. All right? All right. There's the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. Very, very slow energy. Now, you are an earth sign, along with Taurus and Capricorn. Now, again, since you have the Knight, which is court card, Pentacles, you could be dealing with an earth sign. But what I'm hearing here is go ahead, Virgo, and plant those seeds. Plant, you're manifesting what you want. There's nothing wrong with taking the necessary steps to try to plan ahead. But in the process, make sure you pay attention to, in other words, go about your business, do what you need to do. That's fine. I mean, we're a little limited if you're watching this during the lockdown. And even when May comes, we're probably still going to be in a lockdown. But let's say you're watching this past May, maybe lockdown's over. Let's say it's even the end of the year or something. That's okay, because maybe at that time in your life, you are in a situation where your heart and your head seem to be almost in conflict or saying two different things. And if you're watching this then this would indicate that maybe you need to get in touch more with your feelings. Try not to be too analytical about it, because sometimes you really miss what your heart desires by trying to do things perfect, trying to do things because, surprises may not be your thing, but sometimes in life, those are nice because good things can happen from that. Maybe you plan stuff out and things went a little askew and you're like, oh crap, this isn't how I planned it. And as you move along, you realize, you know what? I kind of like this path better than the one that I was on. And look, I just wanted this and I got this, this, and this along with it. Well, I wanted a new job. I got a new job, but not only that, I got, because of my qualifications or whatever, they liked my resume. I had a good interview, and I was shooting for this job, but they actually gave me a better job and I had better pay. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense to you? The Tower. Sometimes you got to shake things up a little bit. I'm hearing you might be playing it a little too safe. You might be playing it a little too safe right now, Virgo. The Tower can mean two different things. Sometimes you have to veer from the path that you're on, that you think you should be on, and shake things up a little bit, take a chance, and that's going to cause a little chaos in your world, so to speak. It's not the way you would have done things, and it's like, what am I doing? This is like, all these other things are happening that wasn't supposed to happen. So sometimes you have to do things to shake up your own world. Or sometimes you have to do things that other people would not expect from you, and they're a little shocked. Well, that's the way it goes. If not, I'm hearing very distinctly, I think the universe is giving you the chance to do this for yourself. But if not, the universe is going to step in and say, listen, Virgo, we were trying to tell you to do this, this, or this. We needed you to take a little bit of a risk. That was the lesson here that you did not learn. So what we're going to do is we're going to shake it up for you. So something out of the ordinary, something unexpected may happen that's going to throw you for a loop. Just be prepared, Virgo. You know, it's almost like you have all your papers set in a row here. Okay, I mapped it all out. We're going to start here, and then we're going to go here, we're going to go here, and all of a sudden, a big wind comes and blows all your papers all over the place. Dishevels them all, and some of them are blown away. No! How am I supposed to know what steps to take? The universe is saying, no. We wanted it to happen that way. We need you to start kind of with a clean slate here. Okay? It's interesting because now that I'm looking back at these cards, with the moon card being in the dark, you're not seeing something, and the emotion and the logic and the 5 of Cups, the apathy, the 9 of Swords, stress. A lot of this, Virgo, it's almost about perspective. You know, you have to make a choice, and you know what you want. You're trying to manifest what you want. But really deep down, is this really what you want? I think you're creating a little bit more stress in your life than it has to be. Or things that are happening in your life, maybe take a more go with the flow approach to it. Let me see, Virgo. Knight of Wands. Okay. What I'm hearing with that, you wild horse, you're being a little rebellious here. You're getting a little fired up. Knight of Wands is what I call the fast and furious card. You want to dance to the beat of your own drum. You've got a passion burning inside. You want to dance to the beat of your own drum, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, okay? But sometimes there's a stubbornness that kind of comes with this, okay? You're a wild horse, and no one's going to tell me what to do. No one's going to hold me back. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to dance. This is how I do things. And, you know, if people can't understand that, that's too bad. Well, sometimes with the Knight of Wands, you're so intent on moving forward. And I mean, it's interesting because you have, again, you almost have opposing energies here. The Knight of Pentacles is extremely slow energy, whereas the Knight of Wands is completely, almost so fast that it's out of control, barreling ahead. And it's just weird because you've got the Tower with this. And it's almost as if, what I'm hearing specifically, Virgos, you're used to going this pace and being very calculated. And normally I see the Knight of Wands as being almost going too fast too soon, missing things. But I'm almost hearing with the Page of Pentacles here, with the message for you is, if you continue going at the snail's pace that you're going, because you're afraid to make a mistake, you're afraid to take a wrong turn, you're afraid if you make the wrong decision that things are going to turn out so bad that you're going to regret it. I'm almost hearing the universe saying, and Spirit saying here, what we're trying to tell you is, you can only stay in this position for so long. Eventually your leg's going to get tired. And there's a lesson to be had here. Normally you do stuff in a very slow, and that's okay. You've planted your seeds. But now the universe is going to rock your world somehow. You're not doing it, so the universe is going to say, well, we gave you the opportunity to do it. You're not doing it. And they're going to shake it up. And you're going to be freaking out because it's going to go, they're telling you, move forward. It's time to move forward. You're at a standstill. Death and rebirth. They're going to end it for you. Whatever this is, they are going to end this energy, this slow energy, this calculated energy that you're trying to, in your heart, you want to move forward. But in your mind, you're almost restricting yourself. As if you're saying, okay, I would love to be able to do what other people do and do it that way. I would love to be able to do that in a more free way. See the little wild horse back here? Wait, you see the wild horse bucking and whatever? Probably whinnying back there too. Let's move forward. All right, I would love to do that, but that's not how I roll, and that just doesn't work for me. But Spirit's saying, yes, this is time for a transformation. This is time for that kind of energy to end. It's time for you, Virgo, to move forward and be reborn into a whole different person, a whole different approach. Time to make some sort of decision. And, don't think too long, because sometimes you'll overthink it and you'll go by the tried and true. And I forget who says this. Another reader says this. Something's out of balance in your life here, okay? And you're trying to make a decision. But sometimes if you get caught in that, you miss opportunities. Somebody said, I think it was Einstein, did they say? If you keep doing the same stuff over and over and expecting different results, I guess they consider that the fool's way of dealing with things. That you can't just do the same things over and over exactly the same way and expect things to different results. Does that make any sense? In other words, sometimes you have to step out of the box in order to move forward. That's all about growth. It's almost like, we have to get out of our comfort zone to allow for growth. And that's for anybody, not just you, Virgo, but that's for anybody. Okay, there's the Strength card. There's a Strength card. You're going to have to be strong here. You're really going to have to, oh boy. And you got the Seven of Swords on the bottom. Leo got this too. You're deceiving yourself about something. Okay? You're deceiving yourself if you think that by going slower, you're going to make it work out the way you want it to work or the way it's supposed to work. Sometimes that works, I guess. But in this particular case, I'm hearing Spirit say, you need to, I'm going to dance to the beat of your own drum, but I'm hearing that there's a part of you inside that wishes you could be less, I'm going to use this word, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone, less obsessed or so focused on doing things so perfect that you are almost denying the creative and passion side of you. It's like you try to muffle that down. And if you just let loose a little bit, I think you learn a lot about yourself. And it's interesting how it went. A love situation to I'm almost hearing, it's interesting with the past thing, I'm almost hearing that, I remember when I was young and I wasn't quite so, when you're a kid, you have because everything's new to you, is a much freer attitude. And I'm almost hearing you reminisce about, I wish I could go back to when I was younger and I just didn't care so much. But now that I'm older, that's kind of immature behavior. But sometimes you need that. You need that release. Let me see if we can get any more cards here from Spirit. Just messages from Spirit. What can you tell our Virgos? Again, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and Mars about their situation. Well, holy moly. I don't know if this... Where'd it go? This was upside down as I was shuffling, so I think it flipped when this one came out. I don't know where I went now. It was a page of... I think it was a Page of Cups. Oh, what the hell? Where'd it go? Weird. Alright, I don't know. I don't see it now. It's weird. There it is. Where'd it go? There it is. It is. Oh, the wheel. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's work with these for a minute. So those were upside down in there. They flipped and I just didn't see them, I guess, when this came out. Page of Cups. Yeah. You know what I'm hearing? Okay. Virgo, this is what I'm hearing very specifically here. That by you dancing to the beat of your own drum and doing something that's out of your comfort zone, something that you feel that isn't the way you normally would do things, you feel that's immature. You feel that's immature. My mom used to say that about me. My mom's not an earth sign, but my mom used to tell me things like, because I was very much into theater and very much into music, I wanted to go to Hollywood or whatever, and I wanted to pursue it. I still love it. I mean, I did theater for a very long time. I was lucky enough to be involved with some films that had come and filmed, and I'm in the Bay Area, so I was able to be an extra in things or whatever. If anybody sees Lost Boys, I was in Lost Boys. Well, that might tell you how old I am, though. But just as an extra, not like a regular role, but I mean, it's something I wanted to do, but she always said, oh, that's such a pipe dream. That is such a pipe dream. She's a water sign, so she's not an earth sign, but it was just like, what, really? I mean, she said she always wanted to be a DJ. when she was younger, and her mom wanted her to work in an office. So she forbid her for doing that kind of thing. And that's what I'm hearing here. That you almost, your head's telling you it's a pipe dream. Come on. You're how old now? That was okay when you were a kid to dream about and do this stuff. But not now. You're an adult. You're older. You're restricting yourself. I mean, you know, you don't have to be irresponsible about it. But just try it. Because here's the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. It's a lesson. There's a lesson to be learned here. To maybe tap into, again, your more emotional, passionate side. And go with that passion. Don't think about it too much. You never know. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, Virgo, you can always switch gears and change paths. You know? Life is full of different opportunities. There's always a reason we're sent on a certain path. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune is. The Wheel of Fortune is like the halfway mark in the tarot. Okay? There's a lesson to be learned, and you're at the halfway point. You aren't quite there yet, so there's still more to work on and to learn. At the end of the major arcana is the World card, card number 21. And that's when the cycle has come complete, and now you have learned the lesson, and now you can move on to the next chapter. This is only the halfway mark. And the thing of it is, Virgo, you can stop, you can go as slow as you want, and you can even stop in your tracks. The wheel, time is always, even though it's an illusion, time is always moving. Change is always happening, with or without you. And unfortunately, if you stop, you may be left behind. Whereas other people are moving forward and experiencing things and gaining more wisdom, gaining this, gaining that. If you stop, if you don't spin, you can't win. If you do not spin, you cannot win. What is the harm in stepping up and taking the spin? That doesn't mean you're going to win every time. But you can't win at all if you don't give it a shot, right? You know, so if you're feeling that this may, excuse me, I have an itchy arm. If you're wondering if I'm making noise back here, I'm itching my arm. It's like crazy. I'm hearing, I wouldn't be surprised if, I'm surprised the Fool card didn't come out. The Nine of Cups is all about, you know, the Nine of Cups is being about content where you are in life. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Because you're almost to the end. You're almost to the Ten of Cups where it's complete emotional fulfillment. But you're not quite there yet. Underneath that, just to show you, step into your power. Step into your power. The Queen of Wands is a very, again, feminine energy. Very, I mean, you have both the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. They're both very, the Queen of Cups is more about emotion, whereas the Queen of Wands is more about passion, creativity. She's a fiery energy. So, I mean, it could be a fire sign again, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Under that, very briefly, is the Three of Cups, which to me is the coming together of the mind, body, and spirit. You may be perfectly content where you're at right now. You think you are. And that's fine, but just keep in mind that when you move at this snail's pace, which is what the Knight of Pentacles is, it's a snail's pace, or it's like you're almost stopped. It's so slow, it's like you're at a standstill. You're not. You're going to say, well, I'm working on things. I'm not at a standstill, I'm working on things. That's fine, but what Spirit is saying is, somehow you're missing out on what is really, would really spark your passion, and something's going on in your heart with emotions. It's like you're ignoring your emotions. And what they're saying is something like that has to end. You know, you got to find that Knight of Wands energy where you can just be free, let loose. Be free, dance to the beat of your own drum. Play drum music if you have to. I love it. Okay, Virgo, let's get you a spirit animal oracle card here. Let's just see what Spirit has to say for you. You know, kind of like maybe the energy you need to adopt, or just some simple words of wisdom to help you along your way. There it is. Well, I think you got two cards here. You did. Bonus card. Eagle Spirit. Beautiful. Spirit has your back. Oh, boy. Hold on. I'm hearing a big, huge message there. Spirit has your back. Damn it, I may just use that as the title of the reading, because that is just screaming in my ear. Virgo, stop worrying. Just do it. Spirit's saying, just do this. You know what it is in your heart that you want to do. Maybe there's a little fear. You know, you're used to being more calculated, and you're used to... Spirit's saying, no, no, no. This is the time. This is the one time, at least the one time, that you... And you're going to learn something about you and saying, well... Oh, I almost said it. Mother effer. I'm trying not to curse in my videos. Mother effer. Wow, that felt good. I never do stuff like that. Wow, that felt good. I'm going to tell you a very brief story. So we were bored here. We're in the lockdown. We're bored. And I live in a place with a bunch of other people. Most of them are a lot younger than me, but we all get along great. I'm very young-minded, so it works for me because... And I'm very much a free spirit. I am a water sign, but I have fire in my chart and some air. And so I'm very much... I'll try anything. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. But anyways, so she has always wanted to shave her head. Now, I wanted to, too. But I'm not the most, I don't consider myself very feminine looking. I'm more masculine. I'm a female, but I'm masculine energy. And I'm very much a tomboy. And I don't really have any of the, I don't consider the feminine features like other people. And she's very petite. And I think she's very pretty. And she's got long, blonde hair. And mine's kind of a mix. I got a dishwater blonde or whatever. It's a mix. But anyway, so we were at the dinner table and she said she's wanted to shave her head, but she's, was a little hesitant about doing it. So she did half her head and she looked at me and she says, you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, yeah, let's do it. So I shaved half my head. I'm thinking about going full. I'm not sure yet. But she decided after she'd done the half, she loved it. She looked cool with the half, but she decided that the next night, after a day of having it half, she decided she wanted to go or did she do it the same night? She may have done it. I think she did the same night. I don't know. She took off the rest of her hair. She just decided she wanted to do it. And she is an earth sign. She's a Taurus. Her birthday's coming. So she was a little iffy. She looks awesome. She looks absolutely awesome. And she's a good mix. She's very tomboyish, but she's very feminine at the same time. She's very cool. But anyways, that's a good example. Now, see, I'm a little hesitant. Only because I'm worried about when the hair grows back. I don't really like the in-betweeny. And I still might do it because I've always wanted to do it. Sometimes you just got to do it. And she said, I feel so free. I feel the liberating energy that comes from that, Virgo, I think is going to be awesome for you. And you're going to learn about yourself and say, I never thought I could do something like that. And not only did this work out, but it's even better than I thought it could be. Whatever the situation is going to be, you have to put your trust in spirit. That spirit is pushing you in this direction for a reason. Spirit has your back. Okay, that was kind of a long explanation, but I just wanted to get the point across that sometimes you just have to do things you normally would not do. And I know sometimes, that was very spontaneous. We're also going to do piercings. Nose piercings at some point, I think. So, it's just kind of like, let's do it. We have all this time in the world, let's do it. And these are all the things that I wanted to do and never did. Well, if not now, when? Right? Lizard spirit, dream the world into being. This one is card 23, the Eagle Spirit. 38 for Lizard Spirit. Dream the world into being. What dreams do you have? There's that manifestation. What dreams do you have, Virgo? Go for it, baby. Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. 32, you have 23 and 32. All right, so that's 5. This is 11. 11 could be twin flame journey. Again, like I said, you could be on a twin flame journey. The Queen of Wands is also very much the divine feminine. The one she came up. Is she under here? The Queen of Wands. Oh no, she's under. I think. I don't know what. Oh, here. Queen of Wands, divine feminine. So it could be twin flamey. And this is 1111 is a twin flame number. So 11. So I'm just saying. So in case you are on one, this could have to. But it's interesting. It's like mirrored. 20. Look. 23 and 32. It's mirroring each other. And I'm almost hearing that if you put your trust in Spirit, Spirit will then put their trust in you, that you have learned the lesson, and then they have your back. Let Spirit be your guide. Leave it to Spirit. Don't think about it so much. Don't worry about it so much. Spirit has your back. This is really cool. I'm loving this. I'm loving this video. I'm loving this message, Virgo. All right, we have the Sacred Destiny cards. Focus. Focus on what you want. Doesn't matter if it's a little cold right now. Go with the flow. You got flow, go with the flow. There's the moon. You're being illuminated, lighting your path. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Interesting. It's like almost... I'm hearing specifically, again, Virgo, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself in the sense that, forgive me, I wouldn't normally do this. It's like, forgive me, Lord, I know not what I do. And I'm not religious, so, I mean, for anybody, if you have a higher being, but just say, forgive me, Spirit, I know not what I do. Show me. I don't know what to do. Show me. You know, and Spirit's going to say, oh, sure, okay. Sometimes you got to rock your world to really thrive, you know? Seriously. All right. Let's get a sacred traveler's card for you. Maybe to give you a little idea of what to focus on as you're moving forward on your journey here, okay? Well, this one wanted to come out. We're going to take it. I'm just going to pick at this one. Okay. That one wanted to come out too, so I'm going to take it. They were both hanging out. The first light, beginning a new cycle. Get ready, Virgo. All right, get ready. This is something needs to end in order for you to be reborn, but you have no idea what's going to come with that. Seriously. Overcoming obstacles, you can overcome anything. You can overcome anything. Overcome your fear, your reservations about this. Overcome, you know, old habits die hard. Just this one time, take the chance then. You know? And then in the future, you can go back to being a little more reserved, whatever. But I think you're going to learn that sometimes life calls you to be a little adventurous and get your courage and your strength and do something that you normally wouldn't do. Wise leader. You are a beacon for others. You know what I'm hearing with that, Virgo? You're going to be, without even realizing, you're going to be an example for others going, wow, if so-and-so can do it, who's a Virgo. And look, they don't normally do stuff like that. Why can't I? I can do that. Maybe you're the head of a company or something. Or, I don't know. Or you could just be leading yourself. Be the wise leader for both your feminine and masculine side. And say, I don't have to be totally crazy and irresponsible, but maybe, just maybe, I've always wanted to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You know, okay, so I shave my head, and if I don't like what happens, well, guess what? It's going to take a while, but my hair will grow out. I can wear hats. I can, whatever. I'm probably going to dye it different colors anyway, so what difference does it make? It's almost like a canvas. You know, I almost think of it as like a canvas. You can do whatever you want. You can pick the colors. You can pick the style. You can do what you want. Be creative. Be creative. Let your creative juices flow. Virgo, I want to hear in the comments something you've always wanted to do and you've almost been afraid of or not sure about, and you weren't going to do it, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I'm going to freaking do it. I'm doing it today. If not now, when? If not now, when? And tomorrow is never guaranteed. Well, maybe in the future. My dad used to tell me that. He was into graphic, my dad's a lot older. I'm not even going to say. But anyways, he was going to teach me how to do some graphic design stuff. And he said, someday I'll show you, because I was really into that. And he was a workaholic. I knew that was never going to happen. And sure enough, it didn't. He passed away. He never got to the things. He had books he wanted to read. He had stuff he wanted to do. He was so busy working all the time. And I'm sorry, Dad, but you did not make a lot of money. But he was such a hard worker. I loved him to death, but I missed him. And I missed out on all that time I could have spent with him. You know, I was a tomboy. He was never home. We had music in common. It was just kind of sad that, you're not guaranteed. You have no idea when your last day on earth is going to be. So if not now, when? When? If you say tomorrow, it may never happen. And then you don't get that experience. Now you don't get the experience at all. And if you believe in life after death and coming back and being reincarnated, then you're going to have to relive these things and relearn these lessons all over again. Do you really want to repeat that process? I don't think so. I know I don't. All right, Virgo. I hope this helped you in some way. And if it did resonate and it helped, and you did like this reading, please smash the like button. It gives me an idea that you guys like this. I will continue to do them. Like I said, a couple people have requested it, so I'm doing it. I'm going to see how response I get. And if you like this, and I'm still going to do the love reading, so it's not going to cut those out. This is just kind of like bonus reads, so to speak. Just give you an overview of your month. And again, subscribe and join the tribe. I mean, I would love to have you. And hit that bell icon button. So when I post videos, you will know. And, you know, it's up to you if you want to click on it or not. You know, if you're not into twin flame readings, then you can just whiz by those. But if you see, oh, my Virgo love reading's up, I'm going to watch that. You never know, again, when there could be a message in there for you. You know, and maybe this didn't give you all the information you wanted. Check your other signs. You know, your placements in your chart, that can help. And the love readings will be coming out. So you're like, okay, if I hit that bell icon button, then when that comes up, I'll check that out and see if I can get any more information, if it's a love situation. You see how that beauty works, you know? And comment. Put your birth date if you want to find your twinsies. Or, but I would love to hear from you. The feedback is so much appreciated. I absolutely appreciate when people do that. And I read every single one. I may not respond right away, but have no fear, I will respond. I'm quite busy with these and then other things in my life, so sometimes I don't get to them, but it does not mean I don't appreciate them, and I will respond. At some point, I will respond. I usually try to do it within a day or two of the... Sometimes I try to do it the same day. You know, and if somebody gives me a longer message, then I kind of like to respond, if I can, you know, whatever, you know, it's our channel, so I want to be able to communicate with y'all too. You know, it's not just, oh, great, you left a message. And yeah, you can just hit the little like or heart button, sure. But I still like to respond because it's like we're communicating, you know, a little connection there. Anyways, so do comment, please. And share with your fellow Virgos or anybody else. Maybe someone who's dealing with the Virgo. All right, Virgo. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. Love you, love you, love you. Hope you join me again soon. Mwah. Peace out.